Hey, it's Sean from the Horror Vision. So this is the first episode of our new show, Black Barn Chronicles, where Anthony and I are going to talk in depth about Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino's Gideon Falls comic book. There's 27 issues in total. We're going to break it into arcs, talk about an arc each episode. This first episode is the first arc, the first 6 issues, but also want to let people know we're going to go pretty spoiler free in this episode. But after this one, the kit gloves come off, and we're going to be talking full spoilers. So give this a listen. If you haven't read Gideon Falls and you're interested, don't come back until you finish it, or at least the first, catch up with us. So next episode of Black Barn Chronicles will be out in a couple weeks, and it'll be the second arc. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horror Vision Horror Podcast. My name is Sean,
And I'm Anthony.
and we're doing a little sub show here that we're going to call the Black Barn Chronicles. Thanks to Anthony. Did I get that? I got that right. Black Barn
That's it.
Chronicles.
That's it.
And so we're reading Gideon Falls. So if you don't know, this is an Image comic written by Jeff Lemire and art by Andrea Sorrentino, published from 2018 to 2020, 27 issues. I read it monthly as it came out, fucking loved it, but I read it monthly. And I know, Anthony, you had been buying like trades or hardcovers, or like how did you so I have all the floppies, that's it. What do you have?
I have the one I have the first trade, and because I'll always, Image does the whole 9.99 to try to bait you in to see if you want to go ahead
Yeah.
and jump on a series. And then I remember you telling me how amazing it is. So not long after I bought this thing, the first hardcover comes out. So I'm like, well, screw it. If I'm going to put an investment into it, I might as well buy the first hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
And then not long after that, the second one came out. And I had two shiny hardcover books sitting on the shelf. And you and I had talked about this probably for more than a year now about
Yeah,
doing
reading
this,
it.
this reading. And it's my first time reading the book. So Sean's very well versed in it. This is kind of like all just shock and awe to me because I've never experienced it yet. And I read the first trade and oh boy, yeah, we're in for it.
Yeah. It is, having read it as it came out, it's a different experience, right? So I read the first 6 issues over the course of basically like roughly 48 hours this weekend, and fuck, man, like I don't exactly remember. There's certain things like I must have picked up on and I just didn't remember, or I don't know if because I was reading it monthly, maybe I didn't pick up on it, but it's a different experience. And I gotta say, so I'm looking right now. So just for the listeners, that first hardcover is available on Amazon for 35.96.
And it's gorgeous looking. It's badass looking.
It is really nice looking. It looks like the second one is $23. And I believe that's the whole. I think is it all 27 issues are divided between just the two hardcovers?
Yeah, that's it. It's just all encompassing. That's everything that came out. So that's the complete series.
So this is it's a creator-owned series, and in the back of the first issue, Lemire talks about the fact that in 2015, so he and Andrea Sorrentino, they had originally worked on Green Arrow, which I don't read and never did, so I missed that. I would have completely missed that. Um, and then they were on Old Man Logan in 2015, and which must have been like, I think that was not the original series because the original
Yeah,
Old
it's
Man
post
Logan's,
Millar. Yeah.
yeah, it's post Millar. I think it's like after the 2015 version of Secret Wars or whatever. But didn't read that either. But he talked about how they worked so well together that they wanted to do something creator owned, and he talks about how he had this idea for the Norton character like 20 years before. And so, is any of the back matter in the hardcover? Do you know?
Well, I just read the first trade, so I haven't cracked open the hardcover
Oh,
yet.
that's right.
So
That's right.
that's next. Yeah, but as far as any of the supplemental stuff, it's not in here. You just get cover galleries and that's it. You don't get any
Okay.
other anything else. I'm sure it's probably all included in that hardcover. I can't wait to crack that thing open.
He talks about how he had this thing called soft malleable underbelly, and there's actually this other thing, ashtray, that was like a, I think, the kind of like a collection of shorts that he did. It was really, he's really one that talks a lot about his process, Jeff Lemire, and I find him fascinating. He's got a newsletter. I could put a link in here if I can, in the show notes, if I can find it. But anyway, okay, so Gideon Falls. What is your impression of this book reading the first six issues?
Well, I mean, it's lunacy. Put the fucking pen in ink. I mean, first of all, you're following this like disgraced priest, which it's a great way to start any story.
Yeah,
So
right.
he's getting kind of like thrown to. I think he's been moved from like parish to parish just because he's kind of a fuck up.
Yep.
Um, and that's just the intro to it. But like overall impression, if that's what you're asking, it is dark. It is very unnerving. It's not a gory book by any means so far with the first six issues, but it is highly. There's some skin crawling moments in here that just I don't know. There's just something about it. The undertones of the book, basically an embodiment of evil, and you get that through the whole thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It never leaves, and that I think that's what irked me the most. I haven't read much Lemire, but like I remember, the reading that zero issue of was it 10,000 black feathers or something like that? I can't remember
Oh,
what it
yeah,
was
yeah,
called.
yeah, with the naked guy with the mask.
Dude, it gave me nightmares.
Yeah. That was also him and Sorrentino. Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me fucking nightmares. I remember that night distinctly because I woke up several times just completely haunted by a single issue. So now I'm six issues into this one, and I have that same, unease about me, which I really fucking enjoy. Much like I talk about, horror films that disturb me on
Yeah.
certain levels. I like being touched inside, like in gross ways, and that's what this book is doing. Um, I'm ashamed that I fucking never read it, month to month, and that it's taken this long to get to it now. Uh, but yeah, I'm completely fucking in. Like I can't wait to finish this series. I was telling Sean earlier, um, I didn't want to stop reading. I wanted to get the other book out and start going and keep going because it just sucks you in. Uh,
Yeah.
this first arc is great. The characters established in it, they're very well fleshed out, and the personal connections that they have are it's so real. You can put yourself in those shoes and
Yeah.
you can feel what everybody else is feeling, and I love that about those characters. The artwork,
Oh.
goddamn.
Dude, the very first page of the very first issue is upside down.
Yes.
Like, I just love that.
Yeah, and that theme doesn't go away
No.
necessarily, because you do see two different uh two different simultaneous storylines going on, and more often, well, very often, the other character Norton, you see a lot of his stuff upside down. It's so odd, but just watching those characters never intertwine or cross paths at all, have these very distinct yet familiar stories that are happening, and again with this like undertone of evil and something fucking bad is coming. I mean, we're going spoilers here, right? I mean, is that what you'd
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
do?
Well, I definitely want to discuss this. I want to discuss it, and to discuss it, we have to do spoilers. So I don't. Yeah, I think we can touch on pretty much anything.
I don't. I mean, we don't have to, unravel everything because
Yeah,
so far, with the mystery that I have in front of me right now, I can't wait to read more, and I would like our listeners to go and try this story out because it's fucking awesome. we don't have to do everything, but I mean, we will touch on some of
Yeah.
the more notable characteristics of the story that really makes it pop. One of them being the Black Barn.
Yeah, so like it basically, so we're following Norton and his psychiatrist. This is 2018, right? He's
Yes.
uh a man who has been committed in the past, is not committed right now, but he has a regular psychologist that he sees, and she's worried that he's slipping because he walks around this urban environment, this city. We don't know what city it is. He wears a mask, and this is pre-COVID, so that I found that, interesting. And so he's wearing like a respirator, and he basically goes through the garbage looking for nails and pieces of wood, splinters that he it's not every nail that he finds. It's not every piece of wood that he finds. It's things that he's like, no, this is a piece of the Black Barn. And he's obsessed with this idea of the Black Barn. And then simultaneously, you go to this small town, Gideon Falls, where this priest has been relocated. Like you said, he drinks. We know that right away. I mean, he's pulling into town drinking. Um,
God bless him.
God bless him. And you meet like various people right away. A murder happens, and he's kind of at the center of it. And so you get the sheriff, and then, but both stories are kind of during this arc. They seem like they're both going towards separate horizons, but really they're coming together.
Hmm.
And one of the things I don't remember if I had to have picked up on this before, but I didn't remember it. So Lemire wrote extensively after David Lynch passed away about what a fan he is. Oh my God, dude. The Twin Peaks, this is his version of Twin Peaks 100%. I mean, the Black
Yeah, of
Barn, the Black Lodge. It's
course.
not the Pacific Northwest. It's more like a Kansas kind of environment. A lot of rolling fields and whatnot, amber grain. But there's even like a sequence where there's dialogue where it's like, oh, is it easier? Like, well, this can't be real, right? This black barn, this like embodiment of evil, because that's what this black barn is. It's like appears and disappears, and there's some kind of spirit inside of it, and it coerces people or takes them over and makes them do horrible things, kill people and whatnot. And it's like, well, this can't be real. And another character says, well, is it easier to believe that this guy committed these terrible acts? And it's like, it's literally dialogue that's from a scene in Twin Peaks. So that definitely endeared it to me. And because also it is its own thing. And man, there's
Yes.
moments in this that
Oh God.
the way the art conveys it's like, oh, the priest that, the former priest of Gideon Falls that our new character is replacing died, but there was no body. And like at some point he shows up in the shadows to somebody. And like the way that Sorrentino draws this, I don't know, man. There's something about his imagery. Like you said about that the naked guy with the mask from 10,000 Black Feathers. Um he's got a way of cutting right to like the lizard brain. Like you see some of the stuff he draws, and you like your conscious mind doesn't react to it. Your unconscious mind reacts to it. And I find that amazing. Because what does that? What inspires that response?
There's very few art forms that can, leave you feeling haunted, and
Yeah.
so far, again, reading his work, this is something he's it's a skill he's honed in on that, and it's fucking working for him, man.
Yeah, it is.
The inclusion of other people um having these visions or sightings of the Black Barn is amazing too, because even like later on someone thinks that it's a shared psychosis, and
Yeah.
it's not. It's clearly not. It's finding a way to creep into your mind and bring you into this story that's happening, and it's goddamn. The first time I saw, I guess, would you say it's an image of the spirit that lives in the lodge?
Yeah.
that that panel fucked me up also. Along with the along with the one that, that you just showed me right now, with the former priest.
Oh my God. And dude,
It
and
just
also like Sorrentino does stuff with layout and paneling that the only comparison I know of in contemporary comics is J.H. Williams III. Like nobody uses the page the way he uses it. There's that one page of the psychiatrist looking in her bathroom mirror and she's looking into the barn and there's somebody sitting at a workbench and they slowly turn and then see her and stand up and pick up a hammer and she throws something and breaks the mirror at the last minute. And I don't even know how to explain the way that he draws it. I've never seen anything like it before. I'll try to find an image and put it in the YouTube version of this episode because it's I'm looking at it, I'm like there is literally I've never seen anything like this before.
it's fucking bonkers the way the Black Barn works. It it can transport you. Let's get that out of the way. It can
Oh,
transport
just
you.
wait. Just wait.
And I mean, clearly, Dr. Shu's character can see through the barn and see what's going on the other side. And you see that again later on when Father Wilfred ends up in the barn and you look outside the windows of the barn and you can see like the city skyline
Yeah.
outside. So it ties up where the characters are heading, and it does make sure to push the story along without holding your hand. You know what's coming next. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
but you want it. You're sucked in at this point. You need it. Um, but goddamn, man, I'm really digging the shit out of this read, dude. I feel foolish for having not read it for this long, and I
Oh,
can't wait to read more of it.
don't feel foolish because now you're in and dude, just it's gonna be a ride. And like I remember a vague outline, but just rereading these six issues was such because I love reading monthly, but it's not the same. You get things from reading monthly that you cannot get reading in a trade or a hardcover, and you get things reading in a trade or a hardcover that you cannot get reading monthly. So it's a really interesting, and it's a lot like TV shows are like that.
Yeah,
I watched Breaking Bad as it aired, and it was one experience, and then like a couple years later, watching it like in a binge kind of format, I'm like, it's not a different show, but it's a different experience. You get completely different things out of it because you're not limited to the suspense of what will happen next. I have to wait 7 days, right? Or with a
yeah.
comic book, what will happen next? I have to wait 30 days. And in that 30 days, the impact ebbs. You read other things. You know, you I mean, it's just not it's a diluted experience, but it's still a good experience. And some
Fucking A.
books shine are better in one way and some in other ways, but man, I would definitely folks, I Gideon Falls is well worth your time. If you're a fan of graphic fiction, um fuck man. I mean, that second compendium, $23. Jesus Christ.
You can't beat that, and
You cannot beat
and they
that.
just look fantastic on your shelf. So I mean, for that price, and I bought them when they first came out, so I paid full price. I was paying like 50 a piece,
Oh wow.
and and I don't mind in retrospect having paid that because I'm pretty sure it's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, you're already getting your money's worth.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Again, cannot wait to continue to read this story. And for me, like as far as like a first experience, it's like discovering an old TV show that you missed. And how I wanted to break it down is like you can't really talk to anybody about it because they've already seen it and they're done with it and they've moved on, and now it's just this thing that's in your lap that you're experiencing, but there's no one to talk to about it. So I'm really glad that you wanted to do the reread for this,
Oh man,
and
yeah, I had really, when you brought it up, like you said, probably a year ago or so, I was like, oh yeah, I would love to reread this because, I mean, they've, they did the whole Bone Orchard thing after this, right? Sorrentino and Lemire. So this is now like, I mean, 20, it ended in 2020, so that was 5 years ago.
yeah,
So it's been a minute, and yeah, I mean, it was such a good experience reading it monthly that I had been, very much looking forward to doing this. So,
you must have been
um,
rabid for issues, though, man.
yeah, I mean, well, yes, yes, it was always a good day when I got one, but also, um, it's a slightly different kind of read than like I always go to Kirkman's Walking Dead was like that was a rabid like, I every fucking month or Preacher like every fucking month like do not talk to me until I fucking read this. This wasn't quite like that because this really it's the way that it develops. I don't know. You see it in this arc like there's momentum from the first issue. By the
Absolutely.
time you get to the sixth issue, like it's built, right? So the first to the second issue, there's not a lot of momentum. There's some, and it's really well orchestrated and like perfectly devised so that by the time you get to five, you have to read six. So
Absolutely.
I think reading it monthly, there were times when it was like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? So,
But it's solid character writing because you're getting like, it looks like, is it Midwest, maybe Midwestern, small town drama,
hmm
and but it's so fucking well written.
yeah,
You're automatically invested in the characters. You want to know their backstories. You want to know where they're coming from and where they're going.
yeah,
And then again, as the story unfolds and you start seeing how everything is kind of intertwined around this, town myth, the crazier the roller coaster gets. It just becomes fucking maddening at times. This is the goddamn Twilight Zone.
oh, dude, I'm telling you, just wait. Like,
This is the fucking Twilight Zone, man. This thing is incredible.
there's shit coming that you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I didn't know that that's where we were going. Okay,
Holy
okay,
shit. Okay.
yeah. So, and really, that is the Black Barn Chronicles. So that's what we're talking about, and we'll be back soon to talk about another 6 issues of Gideon Falls. Which everybody, now that you're aware we're doing this, you should buy these and read along because
Definitely.
it's just so good. I can't recommend it enough, man. It's that old song, I'd like to buy the world a Coke and or what's it, buy the world some Coke? I don't know, whatever that song was. I'd like to buy the world Gideon Falls.
Definitely. I
I,
concur. Yeah, please read along. Something we always encourage here on the show is, listener interaction. We'd love to fucking talk to you guys about this. I mean,
yeah,
this is a good fucking conversation, and yeah, join in, please.
join in. Yeah, agreed. So until the next Black Barn Chronicles, for the Horror Vision, I'm Sean.
I am Anthony.
Hapless teenagers beset by demons in the woods. A strange new drug that turns art into murder. A can't beat a deal on a new house with a horrifying past. A video game that might usher in the apocalypse. From the demented mind of Sean C. Baker, author of A Collection of Desires, Shadow Play, and Murder Virus, comes Volume 4, collecting Baker's no sleep work along with several never-before-published short stories. This 99-cent volume also includes the opening chapter of the author's forthcoming teenage giallo novel, Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, due out later this year.